This is the story of a fisherman named John, who, like every other day, sets out into the sea in his small boat to catch fish. But this day turns out to be different. Suddenly, a thick fog surrounds him, and he can't see anything in any direction. John loses his way, and while drifting aimlessly, he spots an abandoned boat in the distance. Curious, he ties his boat to it and decides to go inside and take a look. The moment he steps aboard, he is stunned. The entire boat is empty. No people, no sounds, just an eerie silence. Everything seems normal at first. Fresh food is laid out, clothes are neatly arranged, and there are clear signs that someone was recently there. Yet no one is around. John tries to start the engine, but it doesn't work. In the middle of the vast ocean, the sight of a deserted boat leaves him confused and uneasy. He scans the area with binoculars, hoping to see someone nearby, but the heavy fog hides everything. Disappointed, he returns to the control room and switches on the radio to send out a distress signal. He announces that the boat is stranded at sea and asks if anyone can hear him. After sending the message, he decides to return to his small boat. But when he steps outside, it's gone. He clearly remembers tying it securely. To his shock, the fog has also vanished, and the sky is completely clear. It is already afternoon. None of this makes sense. With no other option, he returns to the mysterious vessel and begins studying the map to find his way home. John realizes that if he wants to survive, he must fix the broken engine. After searching the ship, he finally finds a toolbox and, after great effort, manages to repair it. It's a huge relief. The boat is running again, and he slowly begins to understand his direction. However, the danger isn't over. He tries contacting someone through the radio again, but still no one responds. The mystery only deepens. Later, when he goes outside and needs to use the restroom, he decides to relieve himself over the side of the boat since no one is around. Suddenly, someone or something pushes him from behind, and he falls straight into the sea. The situation is deadly. He barely manages to grab hold of a fishing reel to stop himself from drowning. The strong wind and waves make it almost impossible to climb back, but he refuses to give up. Slowly, with immense effort, he pulls himself back onto the boat. Shaken but determined, he heads to the bathroom again. This time, as he enters, the door slams shut violently behind him. At first, he assumes it's the wind, but when he tries to open it, he realizes it's locked from the outside. Panic sets in. He tries everything, even using a coin to force the lock, but nothing works. He begins to believe he is not alone. Something invisible is playing with him. He shouts, begging whoever it is to open the door, insisting he's not a thief. There is no response. Inside the cabin, he discovers bloodstains, sending chills down his spine. Ignoring his fear, he tries to break the lock with scissors, but it remains sealed. Suddenly, the entire boat begins shaking violently. Through a small window, he spots a massive cargo ship heading straight toward him. Realizing a collision would mean certain death, he frantically waves his shirt in the air to signal them. No one notices. Desperate, he tries to use a rope near the window to slow the boat down. But the rope gets caught in the engine fan and tightens around his neck, nearly strangling him. Gasping for air, he manages to free himself at the last moment. Though the rope stops the boat's speed, it's too late. The cargo ship crashes into it. The impact knocks John unconscious, leaving him severely injured. When he regains consciousness, the bathroom is filled with water. But strangely, it's fresh water, not salty seawater. It feels as though something is deliberately terrifying him. Exhausted, hungry, and weak, he drinks from the shower until the water runs out. Soon, the water from the sink turns salty, and he realizes the ship is leaking. Seawater is flooding in. A violent storm hits during the night, tearing the boat apart and injuring him further. By morning, the water has risen up to his face. Just when he thinks it's the end, he hears a faint click. The door suddenly opens under the pressure, allowing him to escape. He climbs to the roof for fresh air, convinced that an unseen force is tormenting him. Knowing the boat may sink at any moment, He creates a small raft using airbags and the broken bathroom door. He gathers food, water, and tools, then leaves the ship behind. Hours pass, but the boat doesn't sink as he expected. So he returns, repairs the leak, builds a pump to remove the water, and fixes other mechanical issues. Yet, when he tries to move the boat again, it refuses to budge, as if rooted to the sea. Soon, he sees another ship in the distance and attempts to reach it with his raft. But that vessel suddenly turns toward him aggressively, as if controlled by something sinister. Terrified, he jumps into the water to swim toward another distant boat, but it vanishes before he reaches it. Realizing a dark force is preventing his escape, he refuses to return to the cursed vessel. However, freezing water and exhaustion force him back. The next morning, he tries escaping again, only to find himself trapped once more. Climbing through a narrow storage area toward a ventilation shaft, he struggles repeatedly but finally manages to escape when he hears another mysterious click. Outside, he notices the boat heading toward a small island. Hope fills his heart. As soon as the boat reaches the shore, he jumps off and explores the island, expecting to find someone responsible for his nightmare. But the island is completely deserted. When he turns back, he sees the same mysterious boat sailing away calmly, as if searching for another victim. Determined to survive, John climbs to the island's highest point and sees another island far away. But as he wanders around, he suddenly finds himself back at the exact place where his journey began. His old boat is tied there, the same people are around, and everything looks unchanged, as if nothing ever happened. John stands frozen, unable to believe what he sees. Was it all a nightmare? Or had he truly lived through that horrifying experience? One question remains: how did his boat return? And what is the truth behind that island and the cursed vessel?